It's time for a preview on Group E, which is Brazil, one of the favourites for the tournament, Costa Rica, Serbia, an interesting country I think in this World Cup, and Switzerland. Let's start with Switzerland, who had a bit of an ordeal themselves to get here. Got through a playoff against Northern Ireland. Northern Irish fans weren't happy about how that one went down. But it's considered a bit of a golden generation for Switzerland. A lot of players playing at a good high level. What do you think about Switzerland?
I think they're very Swiss. I think it's.
What does that mean?
Well, I think the fact that they look at good sides. They're pretty compact. I think Shaqiri will light up this tournament, or especially light up the group stages, simply for the fact that he's in the shop window and he's definitely going to lose.
That's such a good point.
Yeah, of course. It's cynical, but he's
true.
He's the exact type of player to do that. Someone like Granit Xhaka, who I look at when there's no pressure on him, I think he looks a world-class player. He looks so silky, but when you put him under pressure, that's when you see his faults as well. So it's like I said, they look a nice side. They're a nice footballing side. They're solid but unspectacular.
Yeah. Up front, Shaqiri's the man that they've spoken about and everyone's talking about. He did have a good season for start.
I think so. He's the only reason why they stood any chance of staying up at all.
But after him, you don't rate him at all. No. I think he can blow hot and cold. I totally agree with David here on this. I think
he scored a worldie in the group stages 4 years ago.
Yeah. But he's a highlight reel player, isn't he?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, what has Shaqiri really done since Stoke? There was the platform there for him to, really build on the talent that he'd shown, and maybe get a move to a bigger club in the Premier League, because Bayern had him, they let him go. Inter had him, they thought 6 months, right, let's let him go. Stoke, they've been relegated. You know, he's a bit of a gadget player for me, Shaqiri. But it is important for that country, for Switzerland. This is one of only two groups where it has two teams that are ranked in the top 10 of FIFA World Rankings.
Sixth, aren't they, Switzerland?
Sixth. They held Spain,
1-0.
Albeit thanks to
Shaqiri
David De Gea.
with a goal.
But what I like about them is they've got a manager in Petkovic who's good in cup football. We saw that in Serie A when he led Lazio to the Coppa Italia final and beat Roma in the only Coppa Italia final, which was a Rome derby, which means a hell of a lot in Rome. And this is a team that had won every single game in qualifying until the final game against Portugal. They were the best runner-up in qualifying going into the playoffs. Yeah. So they deserve to be here. Yeah. I know it was contentious how they got through the playoffs, but I think they've got a couple of...
they still dominate those games as well.
Yeah, and they've got a couple of fullbacks. Lichtsteiner, who's a leader, as a winner, people, when they think of Juventus, the guys who've won 7 league titles in a row at Juventus, you think, first of all, Buffon, Chiellini, Barzagli, Marquezine. Lichtsteiner's one of them. Yeah, he was a big part of that group. Yeah. And then Ricardo Rodriguez on the other side, who can score from set pieces. So, I think they're a quite frustrating, awkward team to play against. The problem is up front. Yeah. They haven't got anything up front, really.
Seferovic, the striker for them, 11 goals in 49 games. I think that's where they're going to come undone, isn't it? They're not going to get the goals, really, because you're hoping for a spark from Shaqiri.
Yeah, you are. But I mean, also, Switzerland at the moment is a bit of a hotspot for goalkeeping talent as well. There's a lot of goalkeeping coaches going to Switzerland to see what they're doing now. And Jan Sommer, he's impressive. Not only shot stopping, he's one of the best keepers I've seen. Coming for crosses up there with Courtois, coming for high balls as well, and he's a real solid performer.
Serbia. I'm intrigued by Serbia. I think they've got something here. And one person I want to talk about, Milinkovic-Savic, Lazio. He's only got a couple of caps for Serbia, but
that's why they sacked the manager.
Well, yeah, that was the rumour. I don't know if that's true or not, but for a team that's very solid, you've got Milijevic and Matic as those defensive midfielders. And Milijevic can get you a goal. Matic can do too. That Spurs fans will remember that. But he's going to be, for someone who's only got a couple of caps, he's going to be crucial for them in terms of unlocking defences and scoring goals, right?
Milinkovic is one of the most complete midfield players that I've seen of his generation.
He's a beast as well, isn't he?
He's 6'3", and he's incredibly skillful. Defenders bounced off him. You can use him like Fellaini if you want. You can put him up front and ping balls up to him, and he'll bring it down and create something.
Speaking of which, you've got Mitrovic up front as well. He's going to be their main striker.
The issue that they've got is that he's only got a few caps. He's come into this setup very late for someone who was an under-20 World Cup winner with them. He is a guy with a very specific set of skills, and it's hard, just as United have found with Pogba, to unless you have the system built around him, as Lazio do, which is very similar to what we saw Pogba at Juventus, left in midfield, extra centre-back behind the cover, wing-back to come and tuck in if he wants to get forward. There has to be built around him for him to do what he does extremely well. But I think Serbia, with Mitrovic up front, who, as we said about Shaqiri putting himself in the shop window in this tournament, Mitrovic went to Fulham because he wanted to be at the World Cup. And he performed like a guy who really wanted to be at the World Cup. Yeah. With those 12 goals.
Do you know, in that playoff final as well, I was saying that Terry and Chester will be able to deal with him. They couldn't. And it wasn't just because he's a big guy, strong guy. It's his quality on the ball.
Yeah.
He really is. He's a good player when he wants to be, when he's feeling loved. And I think he's got that at Serbia. Costa Rica, alarm bells again. As soon as you see who's their best player and the best player is a goalkeeper, you worry about the other 10 in front of them. But Keylor Navas, what are your thoughts on Keylor Navas? You one of the best goalkeepers here or not?
Yeah, I think so. It's somebody who I've sort of... He's not been one of my favourite goalkeepers. Going back to the last World Cup, there was a lot of videos that came out about these training sessions, and I thought they were a little bit sort of circus act. But it's what works for you, and I mean, you cannot argue with 3 consecutive Champions Leagues, and playing. And they're a good defensive side. Real Madrid, don't get me wrong. He's got good defence in front of him, but also that he's performed when needed as well. And people can say, oh, he's got a mistake in him, but very few keepers don't make any mistakes. But so he certainly is their best player. That's no disgrace at all. It's no reflection on their side as well. They've got players who perhaps haven't had as much football this season or top level football this season, but they've got players with Premier League experience, Oviedo, Ruiz,
Joel Campbell. But as you said, Joel Campbell had been injured all season. Played against Northern Ireland, looked really good actually in the 3-0 win.
Still on loan from Arsenal.
Is he really?
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
Really?
I would imagine they would finish 4th because I think, although they shocked everyone at the last World Cup, of course, I don't feel like they've really moved forward. All these players are 4 years older.
They shocked everyone 4 years ago because they had a tactic which they deployed so well. They had one of the best offside traps I've ever seen, and they caught England offside all the time, Italy offside all the time, Uruguay.
What group.
They were incredible.
That.
But I don't think I think there's been a bit of change in terms of management since then. But yeah, that was an X factor for them.
They still have a lot of talent in the ranks, but like I said, it's the lack of top level football. I mean, even I played with Christian Bolanos, who's in the squad. He's playing with Odense, and he went on to play at FC Copenhagen. He's back in Costa Rica now, 33, but really talented. And it took them a while to adjust to European football, but they've got plenty of players like that in their ranks.
Okay. Brazil, let's do it. Redemption, revenge. Is it all going to work out? I worry about the injuries that they've got, though. There's a lot of people who've kind of either not played a hell of a lot of football or are coming back. Those scars from that 7-1, do they still exist or have they been washed away?
I think there's a lot of praise flying about the moment for TT because of the job that he's done. You could quite possibly say from Dunga taking over, and they got knocked out in the group stages of the
Copa America,
yeah, of course. And it wasn't a great standard that he was taking them up from. But what he's done, he's tweaked the side. The personnel are much the same, but he's brought Paulinho back in. He's given Gabriel Jesus the confidence of playing him up front, and I think that he's gone back to the old Brazil. It's not that I spoke about in the previous video about the talent they've got. It wasn't just all about the natural talent, the natural skill they had. They were very sort of they had a lot of tactical nous that they borrowed from other countries, and he's put that back in the side and given them a real structure again. And so you can guarantee that no matter how badly they play, if they come up against Germany again, it won't be 7-1.
It's not going to be 7-1 this time. That reliance on Neymar was highlighted in that game. Didn't have him for that game. Lost 7-1. Are they as dependent on him now?
No. Because I mean, we saw in the March friendlies. I think Chiche actually liked having that experience of not having Neymar, where he could let's work on other things. You know, what happens if what happened against Colombia were to happen again? How are we going to deal with it? And they dealt with it, and they played well. So I think he is the third best player in the world, probably, or fourth if you want with Salah, given what Salah's done. But if he's fit, and we saw in the friendly against Croatia the goal he scored. Yeah, this is a very special talent who, if you're going to park the bus, he can beat players in 1v1 situations with a bit of skill, and really break games open. But I think they're not dependent on him. They have so much depth and variation, Brazil, particularly in midfield and attack. Even at the goalkeeper position.
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
Let's talk about that briefly. Edison and Alisson as your two.
Yeah, it's an embarrassment of riches, Yeah, and if we talk about how they play, and if they don't play well, then they've got to come against Alisson, who's a phenomenal season, and not just soft stopping. His distribution is just unreal, and it gives, just like Edison has for Manchester City, it gives whichever side he's playing, it gives Alisson's playing, it gives him an extra dimension that most teams don't have.
How's Neymar going to do for the rest of the tournament? Will he start that first game? Will they be precautious with him? What do you think? What do you think about this group? Who's going to make it out of it? Let us know in the comments below. Click that like button if you've enjoyed the video and subscribe to Ball Street. We've got a group preview on every single group of the World Cup, so go check them all out. We'll see you soon.